time, we don't use the pre-cut and sewn turbans. We actually prefer to use the full length or full width style turbans. And so there's many different ways to do it. There's no one set way. No way is perfect. No way is the best way. But just to give you an idea, the way I personally do it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Sometimes I'll fold it and I'll get it to a certain width, something like this. Or there are other times where I'll tie the ends like this here, and then put that on the back of my head. And there are other times where I'll tie it here, depends upon how long I want the end to be, and I'll put that as well on the back of my head once I find the opening. Bear with me here. Okay, so there's many different ways to go about it. There's no one set way. And then once the mitri is actually tied, then I'll untie the knot and it'll be a tail on the end of the mitri. But we're going to do it very simple, so it's not too complicated for anyone. And usually the way I do it is I usually just gather up the fabric like this. And of course I'll start in the back. Depending upon the size of the mitri, the length of the mitri, you want to maybe leave a tail or actually no tail at all, right? And so you really have to practice to get it exactly how you want it. So sometimes you may have to spend a few minutes in the mirror practicing and learning the size of your mitri to know what works best. So you're leaving the crown of the head open, and so you have to, for the most part, gauge how wide the turban is going to be, but you also want to formulate layers as you're wrapping the turban. All right. So this particular turban is a little shorter than what I'm accustomed to. So I'm going to make sure that after I'm finished wrapping, that if I need to, I'll make any necessary adjustments. And the other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to pull it too tight, because you'll give yourself a headache if you're not used to wearing it. So again, there's many different ways to do this. This is just the first video that I'm particularly doing, just to give you an idea of how to wrap your first turban, or to change from using the pre-stitched turbans to using a full length piece of material. Now, if you leave a tail in the back, you can always give yourself another piece of fabric to actually fold over top of this end piece, but that's not necessarily needed. So what you can do is you can always just tuck that loose end of fabric, and then you want to make any necessary adjustments to your turban. Sometimes you might want to pull it up. You want to make sure that if you put a point or a pyramid in the center, that you have it centered how you want it. You just want to go back and just tuck any loose ends down, make any necessary adjustments, check your pleats, your layers rather, and make sure that your layers are even. And that is your first turban lesson with a full size turban and not the pre-stitched turbans. Voila.